Okay, LAX, same terminal I was when I went to Hawaii, missing flight. So this time, plenty of time. 2 hours to wait.
Yep, no missed flight this time, nuh-uh. And ready to visit one of the first states I had ever set foot on.
See you, Washington.
As soon as I landed, I was en route to my first Seattle destination, the only city I would be visiting in Washington, known for coffee, a few iconic landmarks that we'll check later, tech giants, and of course, music, especially grunge.
Seattle Fremont Troll. This is, as you can see, underneath a bridge. This bridge was filled with homeless people, needles and all of those things. Anyway, back in the days, they decided to create a piece of art. The troll is not very welcoming, so kind of like Frankenstein. The troll has no name. It's a Fremont Troll, but it doesn't have a name of its own. First time I was here, the car was an actual car the troll is holding. People kept vandalizing it, so they covered it in cement. The red Beetle, the original one. You can still see parts of the red of the original car. But yeah, the first time I was here, that's what I saw. It's been a while. But there you go. We're both aging fantastic, I think.
So a little more about the troll's history.
It was built in the 90s, and of course, lots and lots of history in the 90s in Seattle. Main thing, music. Grunge music was born here. Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, and of course, Nirvana are from here. And it's all happening around the same time. So I always associated this little guy, by the way, not little at all, with Nirvana and with the grunge music genre.
Okay, enough for day one. More tomorrow. Second morning, and a 50 before 50 first.
This time we're not driving. Yeah, here in Seattle, Seattle Tower, and for the first time, I'm not renting a car. I'm walking. And you know what? Just saw a coffee place, so I'm cool. We're gonna go in.
Yep. Tell you more about after I dipped my toes in the larger-than-life Seattle coffee experience and regained some much-needed body heat.
Exactly what I needed, because of course I thought it was going to be beautiful weather. Freezing! Ooh.
So in my intro, I mentioned plane, trains, and automobiles. But this time, you can add subway, trams, buses, and a lot of walking. But enough about that. Time to start welcoming some iconic destinations. And why not start with the most iconic view?
Okay, so many stairs. But totally worth it. Take a look at this.
Located almost 100 miles south of the Canadian border, Seattle is the northernmost major city in the United States. Right by the water, with access to the Pacific Ocean, it was founded in 1851 and named after Chief Seattle, a leader of the Dumawish and Squamish tribes.
And for the ones of you that don't know, no, Seattle is not the capital of the state of Washington, even though it's the city with the biggest population within the state. The capital of Washington state is actually Olympia. Now, we're not going to go there this time.
And while I have a hidden underground gem to show you later, most of the things we're gonna visit in Seattle can be seen from here. So let's get to it, shall we? But before we dive into downtown, let's check out a few stops in its vicinity. Always iconic, of course.
You guys, look at my background.
Just like the always eye-catching Museum of Pop Culture, the Seattle Opera. And, of course,
I made it. I'm at the most iconic landmark of the city, which is, of course, the Space Needle.
Iconic and audacious in its design, the world-famous Space Needle can be spotted from all over town and stands tall at 605 feet high, being one of the most recognizable and photographed structures in the world.
Okay, here we go. And for the ones of you that don't know this yet, because I mention it quite often, I'm super afraid of heights. But I guess I'm a masochist or something.
The entrance level showcases panels that tell you all about the building history. A gift shop with all sorts of souvenirs.
Like this. Gives me vertigo. This. What am I doing?
And the floor-to-ceiling all-glass elevator, first one of its kind in the US, that takes you up 520 feet in less than 1 minute.
Okay, made it all the way up, and first things first. I mean this. I need wine. Way better. Now we're talking.
Inaugurated at the 1962 World's Fair, which theme was the age of space, the Space Needle was designed to represent human aspiration in the space age, and it was back then the tallest structure west of the Mississippi River. Its saucer-shaped top house offers panoramic views, which are amazing not only because of their reach, but also for being the only 360-degree indoors and outdoors ones in town. I mean, would you just take a look at that?
Okay, as you can see, going down one floor. Let me tell you a story while we step down. I'll tell you here because I don't think I can do that. The Space Needle, I think it was inaugurated in 1962, and it had a revolving restaurant, which revolved for 2 years. And then there was this huge earthquake in Alaska, which is not very far. Hi, my Alaskan friends. And then it stopped revolving. And now they have this, which revolves and is glass. Should I?
Yep. This is the first and only rotating glass floor in the world.
We're moving.
And no visit is complete without checking it out. But speaking of out, it was time for me to go. Pretty proud of having conquered my fear of heights and wondering if I was alone in my vertigo struggle.
Juan, usted trabaja aquí, ¿verdad?
Sí, sí.
¿Hace cuánto tiempo que trabaja aquí?
Hace 25 años.
Hey. ¿Y cuántas veces se mareó? De verdad, ¿eh? No mientan.
Nunca, porque mi mamá
Sí.
me dijo que me trajo la cigüeña de
Claro,
París.
como a todos.
Y pues veníamos en lo alto, por eso me acostumbré a las alturas.
No sé, yo debo haber venido en una ballena o algo porque no.
Usted no se acostumbra.
No sé qué pasó. Bye, guys.
Bye, bye.
Gracias, Juan. Bye.
But there was so much more to see. So I started walking towards my next destination. And why not take the scenic route along the Elliot Bay Waterfront?
Hi, can we take a selfie? Thank you.
Part of the Central Basin region of Puget Sound and connecting the city to the Pacific Ocean, this is the body of water Seattle was founded on, and it is now a major tourist destination. I would be back here tomorrow, but in the meantime, it was time to check out Pioneer Square, and a truly hidden gem.
Guys, Pioneer Square, a very, very historic neighborhood here because it was one of the oldest, one of the most traditional ones. It was rebuilt a long time ago because there was a fire. It's right by the water. It was sitting on mud kind of thing. So before they rebuilt it, they lifted, but they left a whole old neighborhood underground that, funny enough, a lot of people don't know about. So that is our next stop.
Yes, the Great Fire of 1889 burned down close to 15 blocks of Pioneer Square, which was Seattle's birthplace. The Great Fire ended up being a blessing in disguise, as the original city was not very well planned, and by then floods, unstable foundations, and the dominating use of wood for all structures were not the best combination for this soggy waterfront town.
This is the street level right now. This is where we are now.
And so the city was rebuilt on top of itself, leaving a whole portion of the original city underground, full of passageways that, up until not that long ago, were merely a myth. Some 70 years ago, in a private effort to revitalize the area, that myth was further explored, and eventually the underground city was rediscovered. Since then, tourists from all over the world visit these old ruins and passageways that take you back in time and into the very guts of living history. The underground tour takes a little over an hour, and it is as informative as it is fun. I mean, how many times can you see a block of translucent bricks from below, only to get to walk on them later, along with all the unaware city folks over a street level? An absolute must. But there was one more stop before going to dinner, as I marvel with awe at the breathtaking architecture of this city. The buildings, the details, the heights. Yep, after the underground visit, it was buck up for me, and this time, way higher than before.
Well, it's official. For somebody who's afraid of heights, I'm an idiot. Seriously, what's wrong with me? And you don't have to answer, by the way. Just saying.
So now it was time for the Sky View Observatory at the Columbia Center, which at 902 feet is the highest building in Seattle. Way, way higher than the Space Needle.
Space Needle. Not so tall anymore, I guess.
More panoramic views of the whole city, including that one of the majestic Mount Rainier, and a perfect place for a champagne toast to kick off my friend's JC's birthday. A first toast that would certainly not be the last. Yep, let the birthday celebrations continue for this new resident of the Emerald City. And hands down, no better place than the Harvest Vine, featuring over-the-moon Spanish and Basque cuisine with amazing service and an open kitchen. And let's not even start talking about their supreme wine collection. An absolute perfect wrap for day 2.
Guys, way better prepared than yesterday, as you can see. And with transportation again. Final day.
Final day and a few more locations to check out. All of them iconic, you guessed it.
But first, coffee.
And how about we get it from the first Starbucks ever?
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Named after a Moby Dick character, this coffee giant opened its doors right here back in 1971. A lot has happened since then, as this humble brand, here is its original logo by the way, grew up throughout the States and now operates in over 80 countries worldwide with over 40,000 stores and counting. And while there's usually a line to get in, this early bird was able to skip it.
Crazy.
And venti in hand,
We did it.
was now ready to explore the also iconic location where this Starbucks stands, the legendary Pike Place Market. Founded a century and a half ago, this public market is not only Seattle's #1 tourist attraction, but also one of the oldest, largest, and longest operating ones in the US, encompassing over 500 vendors of all kinds across its 9-acre area. With 10 different levels, this is a true maze of ramps and stairs and sits right by the water. So the fishmongers are one of its main highlights, and they make certainly sure to put up a show for the over 10 million tourists that visit the place every year. And while you could very well feed yourself to a full meal out of the many free samples, I sat down to enjoy the view along a great clam chowder before heading out, though I was not going very far at all. Right by the market, following the tiles with the name of the donors that helped restore it back in the 80s, we find a rather interesting destination. Welcome to the Gum Wall. Dating back to the 1990s, surprise, surprise, these alley walls, which are right next to a theater, started being decorated with pieces of gum from audience members and performers of said theater alike. The custom took on, turning sticking a used gum here a true Seattle tradition. So I'm sorry, but I couldn't pass it up. Here we go. Whoops. Whoops. And while they do clean them up every once in a while, the tradition seems to always come back with a vengeance.
Funny because everybody's kind of like disgusted and going like, ugh, thumbs down. Yet, everybody's here.
But it was time to go from sticky business to legit tech giants.
As you may or you may not know, Seattle is home to a lot of tech industries. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Apple, I mean, quite a few, quite important ones. So yeah, today to close my Washington episode, I'm gonna go visit one of them. None of the four I just mentioned, a different one. Let's see if you can guess. Here we go. Blue Origin. Fly me to... Anyway, I don't think I'm going to be able to record anything inside, so sorry, this is where I leave you. But I'll report on my way out.
Indeed, there was no filming inside, but at least I can leave you with these pictures of my little tour. And since I cannot go to the moon just yet, the second best place to wrap this trip up was having a great dinner with great company right by the water. Anthony's Homeport and Anthony's Lower Deck, its more casual alternative, offered not only great views, but a phenomenal menu. So what better place to close not only JC's birthday celebrations,
Happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you.
but my Washington visit, a beautiful and dear state that I know I will always be coming back to. Till next time, Washington.